Obviously, we all want to avoid claims. That's the last thing we want. I think again is keeping everything documented.
Document, document, document.
It's, there's a fine line between going overboard with the documentation, but you want to keep the communication open with the sub, documenting it early, understanding the issues early. You talked about the problem subs early. Those are the ones that tend to head towards the claim situation.
As a project manager, there is absolutely no way to document everything that happens every day. However, it's also important to realize that you need to, be it daily reports, be it written, oral communication, be it emails, whatever it is, it needs to be documented, organized, and in some way, shape, or form categorized, so that if the documents and the documentation are required at some point in the future, it can be easily found.
You need to take the smallest change or the smallest discrepancies that occurs, and you need to make a note of it, because it's very easy to remember and document when it occurs. It's very difficult to come back at the end of the project and document what occurred 3, 4, 6, 8 months before. You don't remember all the nuances of the particular thing, so you need to do it when it's fresh in your mind, and you need to do it to the fullest extent. You need to do it. You need to document it when it's first comes up, what the problem is. You need to document how you try to solve the problem, either with a subcontractor, with the design team, with the owner. You need to document it. You need to document their response to you, and you also need to document the cost implication of what those resolutions are.
There is no substitute for putting things in writing. And if there's one thing to glean from this kind of exchange, it's that. And it doesn't have to be nasty, and it doesn't have to be confrontational, but to put your position in writing does two things. One, if you have to look back on it, it certainly makes it easier to confirm what you actually did say. But even more important than that, even if you literally never saw it again, it makes your thinking more clear. It tells the other side that you're in control. It tells your own people, your boss, and your people to whom you're reporting that you're in control. And even if you never send it to them, it still makes it more clear to you just what you need to do. Abe Lincoln used to write letters and not send them. You don't have to send everything you write. You certainly don't have to fire off an email every time you're upset, and sleeping on them is a good idea. I like to, with emails, to not even put the address in the send until I finish, because in the past I've sent off some emails too quickly by mistake, and it's always embarrassing when that happens.
At times we're afraid to document things because we don't want to create tension, but you've got to document the stuff.
That becomes part of project closeout. If you have these items sitting there and they're unresolved, they complicate the closeout even more.
Probably, what I consider anyways, the most credible written document in the construction industry, bar none, and that is the daily work reports. And hopefully the daily work reports, filled out on a daily basis, will indicate where contractors were working and what they were doing in those various areas of work.
It's from a project manager's viewpoint, he needs to make sure everything's, and it doesn't mean to be a lot of documentation, but take your superintendent daily reports. Just make sure that they're well documented, that they're not just, today's weather was 73 degrees and sunny. Who was on site, what were the potential issues, where were people working, what were they doing. I think if you just have a very strong superintendent daily report, it can help you out in a lot of claim situations.
So it's much better to get it on the table as early as you can and document, document, document.